What's happening? Today's September 12th. I'm out running some errands today. I went to lunch with my little girl. She turned 7 today. Happy birthday to Brooke. It's my little sweetheart. She turned 7, so I took the day off, had the guys out doing some work. So I'm gonna run some errands and get some things done. I'm trying this new mic out. I think I mentioned it before, but it's a REMOVEU mic. It's a Bluetooth mic, to use your with the GoPro. I tried it out on another video and then some other stuff. I gotta say, this thing is pretty sweet. You can walk. I mean, I've walked about 50 feet away and it still works and picks up. It's got a waterproof case for it, and all that stuff. Which would be cool, if something's happening and it's raining outside and you're trying to film something. But yeah, this thing's pretty sweet though. But yeah, I'm out here running some errands, putting some cards down. Man, I haven't put cards down. I'm gonna stop. I haven't put cards down in I don't know how many years. I mean, probably like 8 years. I haven't put cards down. I mean, I never needed to because I just didn't need to. I 2 full trailers out and all that stuff, so logo and everything, word of mouth. Like I just got lucky, never needed to hand out cards. But I'm doing it now because on the phase of rebuilding your business, you should definitely market your business. That's why this time around I went with a really catchy name that nobody else that I could find on the internet, literally on the planet Earth, had Beach River Landscapes for a name. So I live in Jacksonville, Florida. So we have, St. Johns River, like the Nile, flows south to north. So the St. Johns River is pretty significant. And then we have, the beach. So it was pretty easy to come up with that, just sitting there trying to think of a different name. After the divorce and United Lawns and all that, and then a lot of people have United Landscape or United something across the U.S. And then I noticed another landscape company here changed their name to United Landscapes. So that kind of pissed me off. So I was just like, I'm gonna get away from something that nobody can rip off unless it is absolutely blatant. And I'm actually in the process of trademarking it because United Lawns, I was told that you can't trademark it. It has too common of something on it to try and trademark it. Beach River Landscapes is trademarkable, so I'm working on that. That's in the process. I think technically at this point you can't use it, but it takes a couple years for it to all be final. But so I'm out here flyering, marketing. To step on marketing real quick, my friends that work for Yellow Pages and all that, I really think that if I could offer anything in 11 years, really the best thing I think for me personally that has worked, number one is wraps on trucks. Number one. And the more modest your truck looks doesn't mean that you're going to see more professional and get more business. That's baloney, because I heard somebody say that before. You need to get a really stock looking truck, keep it white, make it look, commercial and all that. I mean, that's crap, dude. When I had my last lifted Duramax, my birch Chevy, because I like birch trucks, obviously, that dark gray or birch color, but I never got so many phone calls for lawn maintenance as I did driving my lifted truck. I don't know what it is. Maybe they get more of that manual labor-esque kind of like vibe or something. I don't know what it is. So, and then I have this other guy that I've known for a while. He's just like, man, you got to keep it broke. You got to look broke, dude. No signs on your trucks. And, he's like, keep that trailer looking crappy. Keep your equipment looking junky. He's just is like, then, they'll give you their business because, they want to help you out. I can't disagree with that any more than saying, I don't know, I'm a tennis ball. I just like that is stupid reference, but I just can't disagree with that anymore. Then no, something my mom told me that I hold true to this day, and it's part of how I run my business, and it's how I do everything. It's the simplest thing. She said, you eat with your eyes first. And it used to get on my nerves because I used to work at restaurants, and she'd come up there and embarrass me while I'm at work because the plate wasn't clean and all that crap. But I get it now. You eat with your eyes first. You see a pardon my French, a shitty looking landscape company, you see somebody that looks like they put tons of pride and reinvest back into the business, and it looks obvious, usually, and not always though, but usually I would go on a limb and say 7 out of 10 times at the worst, they're picking the guy that looks like he gives a crap about his business. So I'm not going to keep hitting on that, but I'm very into, like, I'm not into the way I look. I don't ever look in a mirror, like nothing. I'm not talking about vanity personally. I'm talking about making your business marketable, making your business look like I want to call it. I've had people pull up and say, blow the horn, or contractors pull up and say, hey, this is your company, and man, I love the way it looks. I love the name. Can I have a card? I mean, I've had people go, oh, your lawn truck looks really nice. It looks like it would fit, you know, our services. And they don't know what that means. And I don't even know what that means, but I kind of do. Like, it looks like, wow, that company's set up, like, it looks like they put thought into it, and it looks like they care. So I would say, if I were you, and if you're starting up or you're starting over like myself, I've always been into having the company look good, but I would go with the route to where you look good. You know, make everything look good. You don't have to buy new stuff and all that, but don't purposely run crap. And to hit on having shitty equipment, I would never purposely or intentionally have junky equipment and then expect my guys to go work on it. I mean, they don't cut a property or use a piece of equipment that I have not actually done first myself. And maybe, you know, maybe it's not always going to be like that. And when I got to a point where I didn't have to work anymore, I was still in the truck. And they would do a couple of properties here and there I hadn't touched yet. But typically, I wouldn't expect them to work with impossible junky equipment, like, because I wouldn't want to. So they're an extension of myself. So why would I want to put them through something I wouldn't want to be put through? So looks, man, like, I don't tell people to shave or any of that stuff, but we don't smoke on properties. Absolutely not. No smoking on properties. Only because I've actually had people say things and get mad. And I lost one client because we smoked on our property. Well, I didn't. I don't even smoke, but no smoking on properties. I don't care about the shaving, clean shave, long hair, short hair. You just look like you work at a reputable company, and everything's fine. So yeah, like I said, I'm about to get out, I guess, go door to door and start flyering. And I use these cards. I had some cards made, and I'll put these right here in front of it so you can check it out for a second. You know, I've never done anything like this, but I wanted something that people could, you know, get a grasp on what the service is like, right? So, you know, on one side I have, you know, my regular card and all that stuff. So, and then I decided on the back side, instead of having the same thing twice, you know, I wanted to put, you know, it says, hi, I inspected your property during a walk by, would love the opportunity to service your property, yada, yada, yada. But basically it's what I call a quick bid. People always leave cards at clients' houses or potential clients' houses all the time. I see them all the time. I see them on mine. I don't take them off. I'm not that guy. My client wants to grab the card and call them, dude, they can go ahead. They don't ever though. But you know, leaving a card on there, they have to call you. You have to remember where the card is. You have to ask for their address. You have to drive out here, set up a time, drive out here, you know, give a quote for the yard, get back to them and all that. I mean, you know, it sounds, you know, saying it doesn't sound like a big deal, but the time and money, if it's all over the place, like, it's so crazy to do. I decided to do something like this where it's a quick bid. So you can go ahead and tell them how much it's gonna cost for their yard. You know, it's got on here mowing, edging, weed eating, trimming, blowing, and weed control in all beds. That's the standard service, no matter what, that's what you're getting. And then I put the X amount of dollars per month, and it says, you know, that it's a flat rate. So like doing this right here, when they call you and they say, hey, I got your card, because that happens and it's been happening, as second they say I got your card, I already know that I am most likely just won this client, because they're not calling to get a quote. They already got it. The other 2 or 3 cards that were left there, they probably didn't call them first, or probably called one out and compared the quote to mine and then ended up calling me. So I ended up, you know, I ended up doing this just because I thought it was a really good idea. And it's worked so far. I have people, I'm sorry, I was checking, I'm just reading something on my dash there, but I have people that call and they already know how much everything is. So they're calling me to basically reiterate, find out what the billing is. You know, usually that's why they're calling me, to ask about the billing and to ask when I can start, or, you know, what our schedule's like. But they're not calling me to come back out to bid the property. That saves so much stuff. So if you have 5 cards there, somebody leaves you, the only person that left a card with a quote and what they do for that money, you're not gonna call the other people, or you may be calling one other person. You know what I mean? Or you may have already gone through these other people, you got that quote. So my point is, I'm rambling on. They call me, I already know that I pretty much got the client. That's an awesome thing. I've left cards and never heard a word from people. I leave cards and I get a call, I already know I got it. And so far, every single person that's called from a card, I got the client. So that's what I'm gonna go out here and do today. But I'm gonna do, you know, I told you guys I'm about to be laid out, you know, for shoulder surgery. God, that's gonna suck, man. I haven't even finished my tat or anything yet, because I ended up getting, like, I was doing a cover up, and then right here, it's the whole thing right there. And as soon as I got, you know, started getting the cover up done, I ended up getting cellulitis from something. My whole arm was swollen. I mean, it looked like a rattlesnake bite. It ended up being MRSA. Which, if you're not familiar with that, MRSA is like cellulitis on crack. It's the words or the letters, you know, describe about being resistant to antibiotics. So it was really bad, man, and dude, it sucked so bad. It was just painful. It got to the point where I couldn't even move my fingers or arms, so I had to go to the emergency room, 2 different hospitals. Finally got fixed up, and then finally healed up. A couple months goes by. You know, I'm ready to like finish my tat up, and then my sleeve, and then whatever. Then I finally get an MRI after all this time, and then find out how jacked up I am. So I'm gonna do surgery, and then I'm gonna probably just wait, you know, and then get my sleeve finished up for the like before the next season starts. Well, you know, busy season. It's always season down here for us, unless we get a bad winter. Tomorrow I got a project to do at the big condo, doing retention wall and backfilling some dirt, cutting out some trees and all that stuff. So that's going to be a fun day tomorrow. But yeah, I just wanted to hit you guys up about a little tip when it comes to you know, marketing, man. It's a thing where we sit there and we go, oh yeah, I'm gonna get out and go market, and then I'm gonna go do this, I'm gonna go do that, and then you don't do crap, and then you wish you did stuff. And you know, like with me, I just never really got into the flyering thing, so I'm having to, you know, turn on that part that says, dude, just go out there and go do it, because I need the business. So I'm gonna jump out here and I'm going to go flyer stuff, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Woo! Night